Live from the VCU Siegel Center, Chesterfield County Public Schools is proud to present the James River High School commencement exercise for the class of 2019. This program is made possible through the cooperative efforts of Chesterfield County Public Schools, Comcast of Metro Richmond, and Virginia Commonwealth University.
Welcome to the commencement exercises of James River High School, class of 2019. Because we wish to honor our graduates in a special way, I ask that you silence or place on vibrate all electronic communication devices and cell phones. Now, would you please rise and remain standing for the entrance and procession of the platform party and faculty, the James River High School class of 2019, the presentation of colors, the singing of our national anthem, and the Pledge of Allegiance. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the platform party and the faculty of James River High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the James River High School NJROTC Color Guard. Please remain standing for our Star-Spangled Banner, performed by the James River High School Choral Ensemble under the direction of Miss Marissa Parsons. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Jake Lester, Vice President of the senior class.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. candidates for graduation, class officers, parents, and invited guests, good evening and welcome. It gives me great pleasure to declare the 24th commencement exercises of James River High School, a nationally recognized Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, to be in session. Assisting with today's ceremony are members of the James River High School administrative team, Mr. Michael Farrell, Mr. David Kern, Mrs. Tony Kilpatrick, and Ms. Elisa Tadona. I want to welcome and thank our distinguished platform guests for being with us this evening. Dr. Mervyn Doherty, Superintendent of Chesterfield County Public Schools. Mrs. Laura Fornash, Senior Vice President at McGuire Woods Consulting. Representing the Midlothian District, Vice Chair of the Chesterfield County School Board, the Honorable Dr. Javed E. Siddiqui. Representing the Midlothian District on the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors, the Honorable Mrs. Leslie Haley. Chief of Schools, Dr. John Gordon. Chief of Staff, Dr. Thomas Taylor. Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Sharon Pope. Director of High Schools, Dr. Belinda Merriman. Our Director of Specialty Center for Leadership and International Relations, Mrs. Ashley Hewlett. School Counseling Coordinator for James River High School, Mrs. Laurie Smith. And James River High School's 2018-19 Teacher of the Year, Mr. Keenan Ensminger. And while not seated on stage, I also want to take a moment to recognize our senior sponsors, Ms. Meg Heisel and Ms. Katie Morrow, as today's ceremony would not be possible without all of the time and direction that they have spent preparing for this special evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce you the president of the class of 2019, Mr. Aaron Payne.
Good evening, students, parents, faculty, and distinguished guests. It's still hard for me to process the fact that we're actually done with our high school career. We've been through so much over our 4 years at James River, and it's finally coming to an end. We went stupid, and we went crazy, and it's finally over. Before we begin, let's give a big round of applause to show appreciation for our wonderful staff and faculty. Over the course of our 4 years at James River, they've relentlessly worked to help us grow, and they've constantly supported us. Now, since this is our graduation, I felt like I had to address this. The class of 2020 can make all the vision puns that they want, but they can never say that they saw what one lunch was like. Yep, yeah, you can clap for that. That's good. If you think about it, we are the last class ever from the Ellick era, and the last class that can say that they actually experienced one lunch. Now, as I stand here and look over all of you, I see a group of people who have tenaciously crafted their skills for several years. And for many of us, that skill is the incredible art of procrastination. I also see an intelligent group of people that plugged into class every day to learn important concepts from our wonderful staff of teachers and faculty. For example, many of us now hold the two most important concepts we will ever need under our belts. First, the fact that Quizlet is your best friend. And secondly, no matter how much you look at the study guide, the questions on the test are always going to be different. It was also during our senior year that we saw the amazing Infinity War saga that ended with Iron Man. Oh, okay, that's still a touchy subject. I'm not going to go there. I know that some of you guys are ready to be done with high school and move on with your lives, which means you probably want me to hurry up and get off the stage. But before I finish, I feel like I have to leave you guys with something. Think about the feeling you have right now in anticipation of getting your diploma. Now think back at some of the failures that you've had throughout high school and how they pushed you to where you are now. And how the feelings you had when you failed make the feeling right now so much greater. Famous philosopher Naruto Uzumaki puts it this way: sometimes you must hurt in order to know, fall in order to grow, and lose in order to gain. Because all of life's greatest lessons are learned through pain. Most people think that success comes from hard work or talent or something like that. No, it comes from taking a few L's every now and then. So as you walk across this stage, know that this is not the end of the road for you. And if you trip up along the trail of your life, you'll get up stronger every time. So in other words, make it a great life or not, the choice will always be yours. I love you guys, 3000.
Thank you, Aaron. I also want to thank you for all of your leadership this year and leading the class of 2019. I would now like to welcome the Superintendent of Chesterfield County Public Schools, Dr. Mervyn Doherty.
Aaron, it's not fair following you. It's not. Great job. So you have about 7 speeches, hear every name, get your diploma, and you're out of here. So I'm holding you up. I have 3 minutes to give you words of wisdom and hand out money. It's an honor and pleasure to be with you today, class of 2019 from James River High School. First of all, parents, grandparents, family members, and friends, thank you for not only being here today, but for being around for your young man or young woman over the last 13 years. Class of 2019, it's an exciting time. Had a chance to look over several of your accomplishments with over $3.5 million of scholarships, with over 700 dual enrollment courses, over 1,400 AP courses, over 680 industrial certificates, plus championships in volleyball. I know we have some opportunities to win some additional championships that's coming up next week, so good luck to the teams that are playing. Let's give them a hand. I think I've been to James River for more sporting events in the last couple of months. There for the exciting soccer game yesterday for a while. Our remarks today concern your success in life, and there are 2 points I'd like to give you. First, your attitude, and then integrity. The key to success is how you focus on goals, not on the obstacles. Life challenges, life highs and lows, the peaks and valleys you'll go through, the opportunities that you'll see in front of you, you can either be a positive person or a negative person. Zig Ziglar states that your attitude, not your aptitude, will lead you and determine your altitude. What type of person will you be? What type of person will draw people towards you? Will your positive attitude be a magnet for those for success? The second point is your integrity, which I think is the most important characteristic you can have in life as a human. It is a quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. What do people say about you? What do they think about you when they hear your name? Do they think of you as a person of integrity, someone with high standards? As you go out into the world, you go to college, you go to work, you go into the service, you serve around, no matter what you do, you will be around people. How you treat people, how you interact with people will determine your success. You can never be alone in this category. I believe that this is the most valuable thing you will ever own. You know, growing up, my mother thought it was a good idea for me to be a Boy Scout. She didn't realize I didn't like hiking, camping, or sleeping on the ground. Pretty important if you're a Boy Scout. I lasted 1 year. But what I learned in that 1 year allowed me to take those characteristics in decades of leadership. And it's a Scout law, and I want to share these 12 points with you. To be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. You see, we're guaranteed 2 dates in life, our birth and our death. In the middle is what you do in life. Are you going to be obsessed with obtaining all the riches of the world? Or will you be a person that has success by the people that they know, how they treat people, and how they respect people, and how they respect you. So you will develop these characteristics. See, now is the time you have to make those tough decisions. Now is the time when you will decide your direction. See, this is not the end, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of your career and your future. And the person you have to satisfy the most is the one that you look at in the mirror every morning. Is that person one you can look at and say, I'm a person of high standards? I want to challenge you to always take the high road. I want to challenge you to take advantage of this opportunity that you have. Remember, integrity is the seed of achievement. It is a principle that never fails. I have the opportunity during my speech to offer scholarships to students. They are the Superintendent's Excellence in Achievement and Service Award that faculty members and staff at the school nominate. The two students each will receive a $1,000 scholarship and a medallion that was donated by a local businessman who wants to name anonymous. I'm going to ask School Board Vice Chair Dr. Javed Siddiqui to assist me in these presentations. Now, the winners do not know who they are, so when I call your name, please come forward, or I'll have to give the money to somebody else. The first person I'd like to have come down forward, Tajendra Sanu. She participated in her Government Citizens Academy. She tutored students in English. She helped ELL students with looking at social gatherings, helping students with academic success, and she'll be attending Virginia Commonwealth University in the fall. Let's give her another round of applause. The second person I'd like to come down to the front, Ricardo Monet Mendez. I was close enough that they recognize me. Ricardo is a member of the Minority Achievement Club, works with young men and women in counseling, advice, also the Principal's Advisory Council, helps young men and women in their assistance with Spanish and math. Member of the student pep, leader of the Student Pep Club, and will be attending Christopher Newport College in the fall. Let's give him another hand. In closing, I wish you great success in your journey through life. Take the positive road. Look for great things to do and people to care about. As I have done for over a decade as a superintendent, I leave you with this blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and give you peace and grace. And may the Lord's face turn towards you and shine upon you with each step that you take for success. Class of 2019, you're a fantastic looking class. I'm expecting great things out of you. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Doherty. I also appreciate of all of our wonderful students you taking the time to recognize two of our students in such a special way. Now I would like to ask our Vice Chair, the Honorable Dr. Javed Siddiqui, to come and share a few words with us.
Good evening. Parents, teachers, faculty, school leaders, other distinguished guests. On behalf of the entire school board, I'd like to thank you for all that you've done these past 13 years, these many, many years on behalf of these students in front of me. Young people, students, graduates, please join me in giving a round of applause for all the adults that have supported you along this entire journey. Some of you have accomplished some amazing things. Academically, Abby Rick. Some of you have showed up to class just enough to be sitting in those seats. And some of you have had more fun than others. Some of you are all around amazing kids. Trey Zagara. When you go to James, don't roll Tide too much, roll to class a lot more. But today, all of you are graduates. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. So wake up every day, moving forward to be the best version of you. Congratulations, class of 2019. Go Rapids.
Thank you, Dr. Siddiqui. I would now like to welcome the Honorable Ms. Leslie Haley, our Midlothian representative, to the Board of Supervisors to come and share a few words with us.
Thank you. Welcome and congratulations. I have to admit, I'm a little bit humbled to be up here. I'm not really certain that I have any special secrets, and in spite of what it looks like, it seems like not that long ago I was sitting in the seats just like you are today, looking forward at the rest of my journey in life. And I have to admit that never in my bucket list did I anticipate that I would be standing here offering words of comment at such a special event. So when I think about it, I thought there are really three things and three thoughts I want to leave you with as I think about the journey of my life, one of which is, don't be afraid to follow your heart, your dreams, your passion. As those doors open before you, don't be afraid to step through. Don't be afraid to take that risk. Lord knows where it will lead you. I don't think any of us could anticipate exactly what that journey looked like, but there's a journey there, and it will lead you down a path that will hopefully lead to incredible success. And don't be afraid along that journey to fail, because so many times that's what leads us into the successes that we see at the end, and also recognize that there are always people there behind you. And my third point would be, look around this room. All of these people are here because of you. All of these people have walked with you through this journey of 13 years. They've stood beside you. They stood behind you. They're going to continue to be there. Don't be afraid to rely upon those people. Those are the people that will always be there for you. Those are the people that you need to be able to count on. And so I want to end with one of my favorite verses from Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Coming to the edge, running on the water. 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 Coming to the edge, running, running, coming to the running, 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 coming to the running, running, running on the water. Coming to the edge, running, running on the water. Coming to the edge, running, running on the water. Coming to the edge, running, running on the water. Let all the dreamers wake the nation.
Thank you, Ms. Parsons. I would now like to recognize the salutatorian and valedictorian of the senior class of 2019, each having a weighted cumulative GPA over a 5.0. Ladies and gentlemen, the salutatorian of the class of 2019, Brooke Alexander.
Friends, faculty, distinguished guests, and loved ones, tonight we celebrate James River High School's 24th graduating class, the class of 2019. Thank you to our teachers, administrators, counselors, and our families for providing us the opportunity to sit here tonight at the beginning of the next chapter in our lives. Your faith in our abilities, even when we did not possess this faith in ourselves, brings us to this momentous occasion. Thank you for demonstrating patience in all its forms, even while we were frustrated, tired, and more than a little hangry. At graduation, the salutatorian typically reflects on the past, recounting the memories of our first day of kindergarten, or favorite elementary school teachers, or even our first experiences with middle school. However, I can't say that I shared in the memories of growing up in Midlothian, Virginia. I spent the majority of my childhood in Manasquan, New Jersey, a small beach town nestled along the Atlantic coast. Many of my early milestones in life are now only a whisper in my memory, spent with people that are only faces in a yearbook. During the summer between 7th and 8th grade, my parents told me that we were moving to Virginia, a state that at the time seemed worlds away from the community I'd grown so comfortable in. Anxiety and worries about restarting my life plagued that summer, like Richmond's heavy, humid air that makes it hard to breathe. Nevertheless, time marched on, and soon I found myself sitting in the counselor's office of Robius Middle School, selecting my classes and getting ready for my first day. I vividly remember the feeling of walking into a classroom full of unknown faces, a place where I felt I did not belong. So many people with so many different backgrounds, and I did not know any of them. I am not afraid to admit that I struggled through my first year in Midlothian to find my place in the cliquey world of 8th grade, to be the first to stick out my hand and say hello. More often than not, I felt alone. But we all found ourselves beginning again the following year when we entered James River High School. Nearly 4.5 years ago, our paths crossed for the first time, maybe under the brilliant fluorescent lighting of the open commons, or in the hallway as we scrambled frantically up and down the main stairs as if there were no other routes to take. Or maybe even under the stadium lights of our first home football game, even though we probably didn't win. It was here, in the place now synonymous with home, that I truly found myself as part of something larger than my singular story, a part of a family who cared about who I was and who I was going to be. My story is not unique, because each and every one of us has struggled. Each and every one of us brought a different background to James River, and we fostered an environment of growth and belonging out of the painful experiences of our past. We wildly supported each other's successes as if they were our own. And in those quiet moments of disappointment or sadness, we listened. We, the class of 2019, are a compilation of stories, rich with successes, failures, and obstacles yet to be overcome. In the stories we write throughout life, this one, high school, it counts for a lot. Why? Because we did it together. No matter how far we stray from James River, this chapter in our book of life is a shared experience. Despite the different paths that led us to this point and the diverging avenues leading us into the future, look around you. These are the people who created your high school narrative, a narrative of laughter, tears, searching, finding, answering the questions posed to us, becoming the people who sit here today. Along whichever of life's paths we take in the years to come, we will feel alone, like we did on so many of our first days. We will be the shy, new face in the room, desperately searching for someone to remedy our isolation. I hope that by leaving you with one of my stories, a piece of myself really, you can find the courage to extend your hands and your heart to those around you, to be vulnerable and open in new situations, to make others feel worthy and that they are enough, to be the first to say hello. Thank you wholeheartedly, the class of 2019, for being a part of my story, and thank you for letting me be a part of yours.
Brooke, I want to ask you to come back up. I want to congratulate you for all of your outstanding work. On behalf of James River High School, we want to present you with this gift.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We are so very proud of you and all of your accomplishments. You're welcome. This speech is beautiful. I now would like to ask to come to the podium and introduce to you the valedictorian of the senior class of 2019, Miss Abby Rick.
Humbled to be standing before all of you today. So many have questioned what my message will be on this special evening, which so often left me pondering the very words on the paper in front of me. But it wasn't until I really sat down and put pen to paper before I realized the incredible irony in the task I have been handed. As I understand it, there exists some loose tradition in the world of academics which prompts most valedictorian speakers to address the future, to speak of the endless possibility and opportunity that awaits us beyond those doors after we step across the stage today. However, I am sorry to say I am no fortune teller, no collector of crystal balls, tarot cards, nor magic wands. Just like the rest of you, I am a high school senior who carries around a mixed bag of emotions in the midst of this monumental moment. In about 60 minutes, not even this identity will fit us anymore, and we will be left once again with another blank slate, an opportunity to redefine who we are. Liberating, and yet terrifying. I am not sure I have much new to offer you that you don't already know, but if anything, I hope to use these final words as a simple reminder of lessons it took me 4 years and a lot of struggle to learn. I am standing before you all today because of my grade point average. For those of you who don't know me, for the first 2 years of high school and the greater part of my early childhood, the very foundation of my identity rested on one singular aspect of my life: academic excellence. I desperately chased after this ever-elusive dream of perfection, a dream which does not exist, as I've found. What's worse, in the midst of all this chasing, I consistently forgot to stop, look around, and cherish all of the minor victories and beautiful daily gifts that so often fill the gaps between major accomplishments like today. Beginning this year, I made a conscious effort to take a step back, to take my foot off the gas pedal, but not too much, of course. And I've not regretted that decision for a moment. After pulling my head from the screen of my Chromebook and stepping beyond my bedroom door, I had the pleasure of witnessing the boys volleyball team on their road to a state championship this year, to cheer on our girls cheer team, our boys baseball team, and our girls soccer team as they too advanced to state level competition. I attended my first Theater on the James production. I stepped out of my comfort zone with the wonderful students in Mr. Kohler's Success 2 class. And I have finally mastered the rules of lacrosse after my newfound investment in our boys lacrosse program. After 4 years, I am still making new friends and taking on the kind of challenges which flip one's life over and shake it until lost is an understatement. And the best part about it, I remember and cherish all of these experiences. I'm not sure I could say the same if I had spent this time sitting alone in my room, studying for next week's test. I still very much believe in the importance of striving doggedly and persistently toward excellence. If you are the smartest or most skilled person in the room, you're frankly in the wrong room. Learning is one of the few things in life which is not finite. However, on the flip side of this coin, and maybe the more important side, intelligence is not an end-all be-all. Life is more than a piece of printer paper decorated with random letters and numbers. Success is not about perfect scores or excessive paychecks or the superiority of a job. While all of these accomplishments are important, it is the reason behind why you strive for these things, or the impact you were able to create with these accomplishments, that play the most important role in truly defining success. An intelligent person is not necessarily a good person. And to waste life alone at a desk is not worth the fleeting glory of a satisfactory grade or an impressive salary. So here is the message, short and sweet, as I promised so many of my friends. I am standing before all of you today because of my GPA, a huge accomplishment, sure. But in the sea of purple in front of me, there are so many with equally notable stories. Those with unique talents, those in the midst of personal battles, those who have spent the last 4 years working tirelessly outside of the classroom to help pay the monthly electric bill. Whatever it may be, we as a collective group prove there are 485 definitions of success, each equally worthy of recognition. Today, we are here to celebrate success in all of its forms and to remember that we are more than the numbers on our report card. It took me too long to learn. But for you all, I hope you will spend these next years cultivating and fulfilling the other aspects of life that will prove just as important, if not more important. Your friendships, your sense of service, your family relationships, your one-of-a-kind talents, your kind spirit, your desire for travel, the smallest gifts that daily life brings us all. As we venture towards life's next milestone, we should all prepare to be faced with a blank slate, and thus an opportunity to reaffirm who we wish to be. With this chance, I also want to challenge you all to go out and find what success really means to you. I am so excited to see who you all become. I wish you the best of luck on your way. And for the final time, go Rapids.
Abby, I'm in awe of all of your accomplishments and your achievements. They're indicative of your diligence and your hard work and your ability to handle both the social and academic aspects of high school. You failed to mention as you support your soccer team for James River, that you are a member of that girls soccer team that's going on a semifinal play on Friday. So we wish you the best in that endeavor. But in honor of all of your accomplishments, we do want to present you with this gift. So congratulations. You're welcome. Laura Fornash serves as the Senior Vice President at McGuire Woods Consulting and assists clients with policy and legislative matters with a particular focus on education issues at the state and federal level. Prior to joining the firm, Ms. Fornash spent the past 27 years in public service, including working in leadership roles at Virginia Tech and the University of Virginia. Most recently, she advised the president at the University of Virginia in her role as the executive assistant to the president for state governmental relations, where she was responsible for advancing the university's priorities with the executive and legislative branches of government. Mrs. Fornash served as the Secretary of Education for the Commonwealth of Virginia, where she led the development and implementation of the governor's education priorities and provided guidance to the 16 public universities, the Virginia Community College System, the Department of Education, and the state-supported Museums, Library, and Arts Commission. In 2001, she opened the Virginia Tech Richmond Center and served as its first director, helping to launch credit and non-credit programs for working professionals in the region. Mrs. Fornash attended Chesterfield County Public Schools and graduated from L.C. Byrd High School. Currently, she lives in Chesterfield with her 3 children, one of whom is a rising junior at James River High School. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Laura Fornash.
Thank you, Dr. Coleman, and thank you for not giving my year of graduation from L.C. Byrd High School. I appreciate that, even though I think one of my classmates is in the audience tonight. She texted me earlier. Good evening, Rapids. It's my honor to be with you, your families, faculty and staff, the superintendent, and our elected leaders to participate in the 2019 commencement exercises and recognize your hard work and achievements. First and foremost, congratulations on this outstanding achievement, 13 years in the making. Your class and faculty will be remembered for a number of great accomplishments. We've heard a few of those this evening, and I'd like to just highlight a few others that hadn't been mentioned. For example, the junior ROTC was recently honored with its highest distinction, providing more opportunities for the, yes, that deserves a lot of applause. Students completed in the National DECA competition. Also want to recognize 2 of the faculty here. Andrew Blazar, the math teacher and boys basketball coach, was named the Region Coach of the Year. Would also like to recognize Jessica Sanchez, English teacher and forensics coach. Named the 2018 Forensics Coach of the Year by the Virginia Association of Forensics, Theater, and Debate Coaches. I know when I was sitting in your shoes, I couldn't wait to get out of high school, but I had to admit that I was a bit anxious about the opportunity that was in front of me. You heard in my bio that I served as the Secretary of Education under Bob McDonnell. I was truly honored to serve the Commonwealth in this capacity. We are so fortunate in Virginia to have great schools, whether they are at the elementary, secondary, or our higher education institutions. Some of you may be curious to know what a Secretary of Education does. I think there may be only one person in the room tonight, Dr. Siddiqui, who has firsthand experience of a Secretary of Education's responsibilities. At the time I was appointed, my youngest thought I was an actual secretary for Governor McDonnell. He thought my job was to take notes, type, file papers, and answer phones for the governor. Truth be told, I did take a lot of notes from the governor, but that was because he gave me and Dr. Siddiqui a lot to do. My oldest son, Carter Fornash, who many of you may know, was in 5th grade at the time, and he had a little better sense of the job. He thought I was responsible for his homework and SOL tests. His friends always asked if I could get them out of doing homework or cancel SOL testing. Unfortunately, I didn't have purview over either of these, and so he was rather disappointed when I decided to leave Virginia Tech, where he got to go to football games and work for a governor who didn't have a football team. As Secretary of Education, I had a great team and was responsible for carrying out the governor's education policy agenda and providing guidance to the Department of Education, public museums, and our public higher education institutions. We focused on creating more access to post-secondary education. We wanted to ensure that everyone had affordable access to degree and credential programs, especially in high-demand areas. We set a goal of an additional 100,000 associate and bachelor's degrees by 2025. We required all high schools to provide access to an associate's degree. We believe that was one way to address the cost of a college education, was to provide students the opportunity to complete an associate's degree while in high school, saving families tens of thousands of dollars. We reformed teacher tenure to ensure teachers were evaluated regularly. Just like any profession, feedback and professional development are important components to being successful. We focused on holding down tuition increases by reinvesting in our public institutions and increasing the tuition assistance grant for our not-for-profit institutions. We changed the high school diploma requirements to include a certificate if you graduate with a standard diploma. As a Chesterfield County graduate, I'm even more honored to be with you tonight. I attended Chesterfield County Public Schools from 4th grade to 12th grade, and I believe my teachers and principals, some of which I saw too many, and what I learned both inside and outside of the classroom provided the foundation for my professional and personal achievements. I'll be honest, preparing for a commencement speech is challenging. I did get my rising junior's approval last night. Of course, I think he mainly wanted to be sure that I didn't embarrass him tonight. You hear about commencement speakers giving away tuition for the graduates, or most recently, Robert Smith, who offered to pay the college debt of all the 2019 graduates of Morehouse College in Atlanta. Or many institutions have had famous speakers talk about their road to stardom. I'm sorry to say, but I don't have college tuition to give you tonight or a formula for being famous. But I thought I would take the few minutes that have been given to me to share 5 simple things that I believe have helped me since graduating and that may help you as you embark on life after high school. The first of which is work hard. Don't be afraid to start at the bottom. I am a firm believer that there aren't any shortcuts in life. Working hard pays off, whether it's today or 5 years from today. People notice who work hard and who don't. You probably already experienced that in some of your group projects or maybe jobs that you have now. Working hard and being willing to start at the bottom can provide opportunities that you may not have had with those experiences or the knowledge you gained from an entry-level position. Second, be thankful. Too often we forget to thank the people who have helped us along the way. If possible, make a conscious effort to thank someone every day for something big or small. Actually, I'd like to challenge you to start that today and thank someone for getting you here and graduating. While I'm on the topic of thankfulness, I must put in a plug for thank you notes. Parents and family members, hopefully you'll appreciate this. Thank you notes are a great tool to show someone how much you appreciate what they've done for you. Just that small gesture of a few minutes more than email can go a long way. Number 3, make meaningful connections. Too often we are quick to text or DM someone versus taking the time to walk around the corner or pick up the phone. Developing meaningful personal and professional relationships can be key to opening doors in your life that you could never accomplish through brief social media interactions. Take time to get to know people, ask questions. Oftentimes, that's the easiest way to break the ice with somebody new. Number 4, give back and pay it forward. Give back to others like others have given to you in hopes of helping someone who may need what you can easily provide. As I challenged you to be thankful a few minutes ago, I also challenge you to find ways to give back and pay it forward as often as you can. Number 5, stretch. Yes, stretching is good for your body and especially as you get older. So start now so that it's a lot easier when you get older. I'm also suggesting you stretch yourself personally and professionally beyond your comfort zone to accomplish your goals. Goals aren't established through the status quo. You must stretch and go beyond what you've always done to achieve your goals. I've heard the best commencement speakers are brief. So before I close, I need to take a brief moment of personal privilege to give a quick shout out to Julie Winkle, my fabulous assistant at McGuire Woods, and her son Braden, who is graduating tonight. Let me close by congratulating you on all your accomplishments and wishing you the very best in your future endeavors. I hope I've been able to share a few simple ideas that you might find helpful as you begin life outside of James River. Godspeed, class of 2019, and always keep your rapid pride.
Thank you, Ms. Fornash. On behalf of the graduating class of 2019, I extend our appreciation for your participation here tonight in our commencement exercises. We are so very honored to have you join us this evening. And on behalf of the graduating class, I would like to present you this gift from James River High School. Thank you for helping this occasion be so memorable for us this evening. I now ask the audience to please stand for the singing of the James River High School alma mater. The lyrics were written by two JRHS graduates, Emma Hines and Georgia Scott. We are the Rapids.
Thank you, Ms. Parsons. You may be seated. Seniors, we are almost at that time that you and your families have been waiting eagerly for this evening. But before we begin, I just want to comment on two of the things that Ms. Fornash shared. The first two things, work hard and being thankful. I am in awe at the hard work that you put in. For many of you, the hard work that you put in the classroom, for many on the court, on the field, on the stage. Some of you put in hard work to come to school every day. Some of you have put in hard work to learn a new language and a new culture. And I am very thankful to serve as a principal of James River High School. I am thankful and proud of our Rapids. You all are impressive, and you are the definition of rapid pride. And so I want to thank you for allowing me to serve as your principal and for all that you've done in my 4 years here at James River. So now we are here at that time for the awarding of diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask that your displays of enthusiasm and affection and recognition be withheld during the announcing of names for the candidates of graduation until the last name is announced so that all names may be heard. Mrs. Tony Kilpatrick and Mr. Michael Farrell will announce the names of the graduating seniors. At this time, with the candidates for graduation, please come forward to accept your diplomas, preceded by the valedictorian, salutatorian, and class officers.
Elizabeth Rick. Brooke Caroline Alexander. Aaron Michael Payne. Christopher Jacob Lester. Colleen Nicole Wood. Nicholas Coleman Hogue. Brianna Celeste Thornton. Aaliyah Abassi. Sarah Nader Abuhijla. Diana Nicole Adams. Yannick Joshua Earl Adams. Fatima Aguilar Martinez. Michelle Aguilar Martinez. Malik Abdullah Alwazan. Justin Matthew Alcorta. Christopher David Alfano. Magdalena Leanne Alford. Nicholas James Allen. Tierra Nicole Austin. Santiago Alvarez. Johan Gabriel Arevalo Lopez. Osiris Esperanza Arias Jandras. Delphina Elizabeth Asensio Parada. Tristan Daniel Atkins. Edwin Stephen Ayala. Andrea Milena Ayala Guzman. Jude Valentine Badgley. Emily Baez Salazar. Troy Hunter Bagley. Abdul Aziz Ba. Celeste Marie Baker. Shadi Sean Bakhtiari. Esther Bulis Barakat. Marina Nabul Bolis Barakat. Janye Rondell Barber. James Brandon Barack Jr. Tiana Janae Basil. Hunter Xavier Beatles. Sophie Elizabeth Belcher. Corday Breon Bell. Alana Alia Bertrand. Joshua Austin Beavers. Mary Madeline Berthasell. Hunter Roland Mice. Austin Isabel Blanton. James Clayton Robert Bowes. Kevin Clark Brandow Jr. Emanuela Ajua Browu Sorpong. Nakira Ayana Brooks. Chase Allen Brown. Emma Rose Brown. Isaac Judah Brown. Lorenzo DeJuan Brown. Travis Lee Brown Jr. Riley Francis Brumfield. Nan Kim Bowie. Carl Frederick Burdett. Curtis Otho Buzzio. Caitlin Fernando Cabascongo. Amilcar Antonio Calderon Amaya. Juan Pablo Camacho. Daniel James Capiello. Michaela Joy Carey. Jasmine Tierra Arnice Carmichael. Justin Michael Carmenucci. Brianne Riley Carmody. Cesar Emmanuel Carrera Cular. Brooke Calypso Carter. Ethan Patrick Cash. Lucero Adriana Castro Castillo. Alvaro Josue Cedillos Oriana. Caitlin Walker Chamberlain. Jarvis Adkins Chandler. Priska Chang. Hannah Alexandria Chapman. Svetlana Chashkina. Cody Kang Bao Nguyen Chow. Sergio Dante Choote. Bailey Mackenzie Clark. Tyrese Markel Clinton. Marlo Jr. Galvey Kalimbo. Dakota Hartzell Collins. Warren Androsh Colvin. Christian McKinley Cook. John Michael Cook. Kaya and Lucille Cooper. Denisha My Angel Copeland. Emily Kate Corbin. Delmi Yohari Cordon Contreras. Josue Isaac Correyes Ramirez. Joao Pedro Estavio Correa. Matias Oscar Cosmo. Hayden McGuire Cosit. Austin Scott Kramer. Joshua Logan Crawford. Cole Thomas Christian. Catherine Elizabeth Cross. Austin Spencer Kroll. Brian Daniel Cruz Lovo. Coleman Michael Curran. Connor Ray Davis. Emma Nicole Davis. Maya Alexis Davis. Gustavo da Silva Martins de Matos. Gwendolyn Marie Dean. Margaret Ruth Degnan. Leslie Del Moral Hernandez. Cole Sebastian DeLauder. Quinn Arlene DeLauder. Jillian McLaren Dietrich. Robert Allen DeWitt. Fatumata Binta Diallo. Meredith Claire Dickerson. Michael Harvey Di Vittorio. Alexander Zui Min Doan. Eva Charlotte Dorn. Montas Druktanis. Eli Charles Dryden. Tarisha Alashante Duckett. Connor Van Dusenberry. Logan Michael Easingwood. Victoria Lynn Easley. Mackenzie Kirsten Aleem. Ethan Alexander Epps. John Donald Epps. Erica Renee Farnor. Madison Zhang Ji Fernley. Asa Gray Fearington. Ariana Paige Ferrer. Andrew Arthur Fleetwood. Henry Davidson Forbes. Limley Cecil Maximus Foster. Taylor Samantha Francis Gaillot. Aaron Jason Gabriola. Jennifer Catherine Galdamez. Carter Virginia Gambardella. Jose Antonio Garcia. Dylan Chase Gaspard. Jael Michael Lynn Gates. Connor James Gavin. Sonia Elizabeth Gilardi. Blake Zeno Georges. Hassan Gibson. Taylor Janae Gibson. Deasia Raquel Givens. Brianna Kristen Glidden. Joshua Ashton Godert. Alexander Martin Goldman. Antonio Manuel Gomez. Adon Carvajal Gonzalez. Jackson De Jesus Gonzalez Garcilazo. Wilman Jose Gonzalez Garcilazo. Miguel Gonzalez Maldonado. Tatiana Berkeley Graff. Jaden McKinley Green. Jessica Nicole Gregory. Madison Paige Gregory. Logan Joseph Grimes. Michelle Rose Grumblat. Robert Guiete Hoyos. Kobe Miguel Jillian Galolo. Catherine Marie Guthrie. Michael Brent Geyer. Mai Fung Ha. Jesse Bryant Hadfield. Elon Clark Hairston. Eureka Doreen Hall. John Stewart Hamilton. Noel Nakai Lynn Hamlin. Tarek Douglas Harcum. Camille Sophie Hargrove. Jalen Tawange Hargrove. Benjamin Lucas Harrison. Lauren Bernadette Hart. Dylan Scott Hartman. Benson William Hauser. Deja Yvonne Heath. Kayla Nashay Henderson. Grace Rose Henley. Daniel Eugene Henry. John Foster Herman. Rachel Grace Herzog. Rebecca Faith Herzog. Benjamin Noah Hester. Kendall Camille Hicks. Kirsten Elise Hicks. Haley Mackenzie Highsmith. Nathaniel James Hill. Jack Farrar Henson. Asia Ann Ho. Brandon Joshua Hockaday. Seth Ryan Holmes. Ewan Frederick Hoppy. Noah Carl Horton. Ling Jin Huang. Alexia Herta Aguirre. Amira Ernestine Lee Hunley. Julie Marie Hutchison. Madeline Grace Ippolito. Jacob Bruce Ivy. Kevin David Ivy. Justin Christopher Jameson, Kayla Chanel Jenkins, Caitlin Elizabeth Job, Aaron Matthew Johnson, Anthony Antoine Johnson, Michael Donald Johnson, Peyton Allen Johnson, Tonasia Rochelle Johnson, Alicia Nicole Jones, Hannah Elizabeth Yonkers, Jalen Joshua Jordan, John Enoch Jordan, Ian Desmond Joubert, Nathan Paul Kane, Zaya Ori Keel, Hannah Grace Keller, Jillian Marie Kelly, Matthew Grady Kessler, Max Grayson King, Emma Lee Kirk, Taylor Ann Kirk, Mallory Turner Nabel, Michael Lee Niesel, Adam Scott Croftshaw,
Allison Rose Landergan, Fulton Whitley Landis, Elizabeth Paige Laro, Joseph Frank LaRufa, Kendall Nicole Lawrence, Melvin Alberto Lemus Gomez, Kelsey Lane Leonard, Katie Evett Leonor Caballero, Mary Margaret Lewis, Tanner Scott Lewis, Christopher Blake Loker, Grace Catherine Lombardi, Fiorenza Anna Lopresti, Omar Adel Lovo Lizama, Diego Alejandro Losoro, Catherine Ellen Lutke, Nolan Paul McCabe, Elizabeth Riley McGee, Austin Cole Manning, Alejandra Michelle Maradaga, Nathaniel Thomas Markey, Ashley Elizabeth Martin, Eric Anthony Martinez, Jason Martinez, Mauricio Alfredo Martinez Gonzalez, Joshua Knifes Matthews, Micah Lockhart Matthews, Herbert Bellis Mayo, Evan Clark McCann, Wyatt Major McClellan, Nicolette Brooke McKnight, Aria Elizabeth Mead, Anale Altagracia Mahia, McKenna Marie Mellon, Diana Leticia Merida Ferragoa, Anna Jamesi Mickey, Christian Million, Shadia Monique Miller, William Michael Miller II, Aiden Thomas Minnick, Nicholas Warren Mira, Ricardo Monge Mendez, Jacob Reynolds Moore, Landon David Moore, James Mason Morris, Abdurram Tamir Mohammed Mustafa, Kiara Alanis Moya Pereira, Linda May Mullis, Paula Louise Munthy, Megan Emily Munyak, Sun Hung Joshua Na, Megan Faye Negri, Carson Lord Nelson, Trinity Anastasia Nelson, Andre Haywood Nero Jr., Benjamin Thomas Newman, Dwi An Hui Nguyen, Gwendolyn Hen Nguyen, Lauren Ray Nichols, Logan James Norton, Mackenzie Danielle Nunley, Max Conrad Nygaard, Scott Harrison Oberg, Aiden Christopher O'Connor, Daisha Marie O'Hare, Kelly Danielle O'Keefe, Jessica Marilee Oraran Portillo, Morgan Nicole Orr, Diana Christina Osorio Martinez, Lauren Elizabeth Ott, Rebecca Haley Owens, Nathan Gunhook Park, Leah Catherine Parkin, Amaya Nicole Patterson, John Bryson Patterson, Johnston Hawks Piercy, Isaiah Lee Peck Jr., Thomas Xavier Pelletier, Ronald Alexander Palara Pineda, Biagio Mario Perello, Matthew Clayton Bradley Perry, Alicia Jane Forder, Destiny Lee Forder, Harrison Huang Fong, Anthony Isaiah Filbert, Virginia Madison Pierpont, Lauren Julia Bittard, Brendan Xavier Pittman, Lasharia Julianne Pittman, Malcolm Dominique Pittman, Brianna Janaya Pizarro, Catherine Laura Plen, Ryan Christopher Polanski, Rodrigo Alejandro Portillo Marroquin, Rachel Catherine Potter, Anya Renee Powell, Chloe Grace Powell, Rachel Lynn Probes, Haley Anna Marie Pullman, Thomas George Pulsper, Ashley Mason Quick, Natalie Ann Rahal, Renee Lee Rains, Logan Hunter Rainey, Justin Cromwell Ranson Jr., Joshua Timothy Rao, Clara Jane Ray, Gabrielle Elizabeth Ramond, Jennifer Melissa Ramundo Romero, Alexander Michael Remy, Rachel Nicole Redding, Demetrius Cranford Reed, Gary Alexander Reinhardt, Regoberto Resendiz Torres, Jameson Keith Rice, Mary Lise Rivera, Stephen Leo Rogers, Julia Leocadio Rodriguez, Kevin Morgan Rodriguez, Luis Fernando Rodriguez Delzed, Pedro Enrique Rodriguez Ortiz, Jose Enrique Rodriguez Rodriguez, Araya Jimana Rosales Gomez, David Edward Rossner, Ebony Nicole Ross, Anne Sloan Rucker, Madeline Rittenhouse Rucker, Zakar Ka Rucker, Peyton Elizabeth Rudy, Elijah McCabe Russell, Miriam Redwan Safe, Juana Guadalupe Salazar Davia, Tajinder Kerr Sandhu, John Folk Sanger, Daniel Afonso Saravia Romero, Courtney Marie Schack, Eric Vincent Schoenfelder, Kylan Edward Schott, Madeline Louise Schubert, Avery Noel Schwartz, George Lee Scott IV, Parker Ann Sears, Emma Catherine Shepard, Kayla Dent Shepard, Max Willem Seamers, Brendan Gregory Simone, Talisha Dion Singleton, Tion Michael Singleton, Sarah Paige Skolnick, Caleb Thomas Smith, Dylan James Smith, Jasmine Nicole Smith, Kelly Amanda Smith, Olivia Faith Snap, Gabriel Paul Snyder, Sagan Alexander Sorvillo, Jacob Todd Souter, Ellie Steiny Spraggins, Julia Grace Springer, Jessica Lauren Stollard, Garrett Kyle Stargell, Lindsay St. Clair Stevens, Lila May Marguerite Suddeth, Beaker Ada Solomon, Shannon Bridget Sullivan, Lucas Christopher Summers, Rowdy Sung, Austin Provo Swearingen, Emily Christine Swenson, Stephen Andrew Salegi, Claire Elizabeth Tanner, Kyle Slate Tanner, Destiny Monet Taylor, Leah Eris Taylor, Tiana Naya Taylor, Kaylee Nora Thompson, Liam Xavier Tibbert, Jose Stanley Tobias Magia, Francis Bisa Tolentino Jr., Liam Arthur Peter Tomlin, Jacob Torres, Joseph Torres, Eric Maurice Townsend II, Talia Virginia Tomowski, Abigail Natalia Urbina, Manuela Valencia Vargas, Enrique Iglesias Valenzuela Leisme, Alexander James Vanderslice, Gordon Dean Venzel, Kathia Rose Vagias, Han Jia Vo, Taylor Ellen Von Schilling, Lauren Marie Wade, Amanda Grace Wallace, Peter Tristan Walls, Lavoria Alexis Walton, Shawan Wang, William Thomas Ward, Jonathan Winfield Warden, Maxie Pierce Watson IV, Zachary Keenan Weaver, Jordan Kimberly Webster, Nicholas Bradley Wells, Richard Leellen Wells Jr., Timothy Howard Wheeler, Emily Clayson Whalen, Nicholas Oakley Whalen, Kylie Brianna White, Dylan Dean Whitehead, Connor Stephen Wernias, Jonas Max Wilkie, Quintasia Jamaica Sharon Williams, Scarlett Dila Williams, Sydney Ann Williams, Tajik Kamal Williams Hancock, Kaylee Scott Williamson, Jazz Kiara Ora Wilson, Madison Taylor Windsor, Braden Joseph Winkle, Clay Alexa Wood, Ethan Fitzgerald Yates, Miley Elisa Young, Eduardo Alfredo Zagara, Isaac Zamorino, Nicole Gabriela Zadaya, Layton Scott Zierenberg.
Would the members of the graduating class of 2019 please rise and remain standing for the certification of graduates and for the recession. Students, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Dr. Siddiqui, under authority vested in the School Board of Chesterfield County by the Commonwealth of Virginia, by it delegated to me, I hereby certify that all members of the class of 2019 of James River High School have fulfilled the requirements for graduation and are awarded a James River High School diploma with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging. I now declare the 24th commencement exercises of James River High School to be adjourned. Best wishes and Godspeed.